Okay. Alrighty. This is part 2 of the Naoto tutorial. And in this one, I'm going to talk about combos and offense. Um, First thing I want to talk about probably be offense, because you need to learn how to hit your opponent before anything else, before we can even talk about combos. So I'm going to show common ways, common pressure strings and whatnot that you can use to hit the opponent and deal with the opponent's defensive options. Because in this game, this game, like most fighting games, is strictly about, offensive interactions versus the opponent's defensive interactions. But in this game, there's a lot of option selects and stuff that really reduce the risk behind taking certain actions on defense. So you need to learn how to recognize when someone is using those option selects and how to go about dealing with them. So I am going to start with showing just, typical strings, typical things you can do, ways to open people up. So I'm going to just start by recording strings. So I'm just going to... I know Shadow Naoto and regular Naoto have like different auto combos and stuff, but fundamentally you can still kind of use them the same way, so you can pressure pretty much in the same exact way. It's just you have the added bonus with regular Naoto of having a 5AA that moves forward and is also low. So I'll talk about how that comes into play after just going over, the basic universal stuff. So I'm going to be using Shadow Naoto's recordings for the most part, and having regular Naoto counterattack. So first off, I will make a simple recording of... So I will do like 5A and throw. Right? Let me also turn off counter hit. Make recording number 2. 5A, delayed A. I will make a recording of... what do I want this one to be? Let's try 5AA, jump over. I don't know, that was pretty bad. That sucks. Okay. Set the recording to random. I'll play, set recording. Oops. Oops. Okay, so I call that. Yeah, okay. So what I'm trying to show here, although kind of poorly, so a basic situation would be, so this is like your standard tick throw situation, you do something like that. So most people, like, you kind of, you just do random strings, just stuff to kind of, make people kind of scared to hit buttons, kind of pressure them. So a common situation is you want to set up ways to tick throw the opponent. So with Naoto, her 5A is a good way to set up tick throws. Like, that's a common tick throw, common tick throw, common tick throw. Little less common tick throw, but it works. So there's a bunch of ways to bait out people trying to anticipate those tick throw situations, and how you should go about dealing with people who are option selecting or mashing, DPing, whatever the case is, versus those setups. So let's start with if people are not option selecting, but they're anticipating you're going to throw them in those points, and they're just mashing throw. They're just hitting grounded throw against you. So in that situation, so let's say I did 5A, right? commonly that would blow up. If you recognize people are not OSing their throws, that will get them. That gets people. So the mix-up is if you're going to do that, or if you're going to do that. So, as you saw, whiffing the ground throw like that led to a counter hit JC combo. Not a good time for the opponent. If they're scared of getting hit by that, they'll eat the throw. It's all about conditioning and just recognizing how your opponent's dealing with those situations. Now, suppose I'm putting the opponent in that same situation and they know how to OS. Like, I just get thrown out of it. I will throw my opponent if they try to bait my throw like that, because I'm using a defensive OS called Fuzzy Jump. So basically how Fuzzy Jump is inputted is, so let's say you're blocking, right? I'm holding down back. Now, at specific points in pressure where I think my opponent may go for a throw, I will quickly hit up back and throw at the same time. And as fast as I do that, I come back to 1, or aka down back. So at like proper speed, the OS is like that. Like, very quick. You do not want to take too much time doing that, because you want to minimize the amount of time you are exposed. So if I try to do this recording again properly, so the first one would just be 5-8 throw, right? Next one would just be a block string of 5AA, and finally would be a string of 5A and then the throw bait. So setting the dummy to randomly attack me, whoops, I did that kind of poor timing, so I fuzzy jump that, fuzzy jump that, fuzzy jump that, fuzzy jump that, don't get throw baited, still block that, jump. Like, if I do it a little later, I'm kind of like jumpy right now, so I'm doing it a little too quickly. Oh, I messed up there. So yeah, that's how it should work. You just kind of block, and you kind of just like react to the situation you're being put in, and I keep dropping it. There you go. That's how it should look. That's how it should look. That's how it should look. Yeah, so that's basically like how to option select against like that kind of situation. If you time it correctly, because you want to input the OS at the points where you think the opponent may go for either a throw bait, like with a jumping attack like that, or where you think they're just flat out going to throw you. Now, there's some ways to just stop the OS. The main way, like whatever way you stop people from jumping out of your pressure, is the same way you stop people from doing the OS. So there's two main ways of doing that in this game. The main way you stop people from fuzzy jumping out of your pressure is staggered lows. So, for example, I'll make this recording. So I did 5A, 2A there. There you go. Remember, that I got counter hit because of that timing. I got hit, got counter hit, got hit. So that's in that situation where I think I'm supposed to get thrown, or they may attempt to throw. I'm trying to fuzzy jump, but I did 5A into a delayed 2A to catch me in that transitional state, because for you to jump up, you transition to a standing state. And in that standing state, you are vulnerable to lows. So I'm catching my opponent in that particular point. right when they're supposed to stand while they're jumping, which is generally how you stop people from jumping. That's one way to do it. The other way is, in this particular game, not so much in other Arxis games, but in this game, you can't block for like 8 frames at like the beginning of your jump. This only applies to normal attacks. For projectiles, you can up back projectiles from frame 3 or 4 onward, but for normal attacks, physical hitting attacks, you cannot block them for roughly 8 frames in your jump startup. So, you want to take advantage of that and use attacks that catch you trying to jump, like that. That's me trying to fuzzy jump. Oops, I mistimed it. So yeah, as you see, I'm just getting counter hit. Just getting a fat old counter hit right there. And if you guys like watched the previous tutorial, you guys know that 5C is a fantastic starter. So if I wanted to convert off that, for example, I would do something like, that's not it. That's not it either. I do, what's the best way of comboing off that? Probably be something like, yeah, let's see if the dummy will play that properly. Nope. It should be like... Well, anyway, the point is, you can react to the counter hit and like do something like some kind of air combo. Yeah, like, and then you just convert that to a full air combo. They'll eat like 2 to 3k, depending on how much resources you have and like how bad you want to just like demolish people. So yeah, that's one example of how to stop fuzzy jump. Like, how I'd probably preferably use a string like that and catch people with that. So it'll be something like yeah. So you saw there, I got hit. I didn't even get hit getting off the ground because there's jump, like, you're grounded for a certain amount of frames. I want to say like 3 frames during your jump startup. You're still grounded, so you can get hit in that state as well. That goes to show how tight of a string that was to stop people from fuzzy jumping. And it just so happened that if they try to, like, try to roll, try to backdash, a bunch of stuff like that is like, those are good ways. That's a good sign that the string you're using to stop fuzzy jump is good if you can keep them on the ground when you hit them. Because not every character gets good, like, they can convert like what I showed earlier, the 5A, 5C thing as cleanly. So you kind of have to like mess around with your normals and like your delays and stuff to see how you can like catch the opponent and like what kind of a reward you can get from it. The characters who are best at stopping that are the characters who can just naturally, like, their strings naturally catch fuzzy jump and everything naturally gives you big combos. Good characters who can stop fuzzy jump really easily are like Minazuki, Yosuke, Sho, Narukami, Margaret. Like, there's a lot of characters who can do it really well. Naoto is on the weaker end of that scale, actually. She actually has a harder time, but even then, she still has pretty nice strings to stop it. Like what Lord Pankong said in the stream chat, 5A, 5C is pretty universal, general for the most part. That's how a lot of characters have to do it. It's the characters who don't have to resort to such a committal type of string that are the best at it. Just being able to naturally go through your pressure and just have it just stop that kind of stuff is best. Let's see. What's another good example of how to stop it? So yeah, I already showed the 5A, it's a delayed low. 5A, 2A, great way. Like, I didn't even get to, yeah. Again, like, I timed it so well there, I didn't even get to leave the ground. And as you saw, I was still in a crouching state, but I got hit low. because of me transitioning that way. Like I said, whatever ways you can stop people from, the same ways you stop people from jumping out of your pressure are pretty much the same ways you stop fuzzy jump. It's just really dependent on how you time your strings versus how the opponent times their fuzzy jump. And you also need to read your opponent and know that they're actually OSing, because there's some people that they're just holding up. And those opponents, like, yeah, they'll still catch them, but like, it might confuse you as to what they're doing on defense. So you need to be careful about how you read into whether they're OSing or not. So simple, like, other stuff you can do with Naoto is like stuff like that. You just like run in their face and you hit them for you counter hit their air throw. Basically, you can aim specifically for the air throw whiff and get that kind of counter hit. Naoto, it's not that good, but hers is pretty safe because so when she does it, like, she can do a rising JA and come down with a rising JC. So let's say you were out of range, you can still force them to kind of block the JC. It's an experimental kind of thing. She can also do it with JB as well, because JB and JA have like the same recoveries. You can also do that too. So if you're doing pressure and you read that they're gonna like fuzzy jump there, so same situation, right? I'll just do that, and then oops, I mistimed it. I still mistimed it. There. Oops. I did it too early there. Still did it too early. I think I'm just doing it too slow in general there. Yeah. In this situation, I just can't dash because that gives too much time. Oops. Yeah, there you go. That one's a little awkward to do. I don't like doing that, but if you watch the Shiki versus Dempa set, Dempa uses it quite a bit against Aguro. I mean, Shiki. What am I saying? Shiki. Shiki was the guy who played him. Aguro streamed it. But you see that Dempa uses that quite a bit against Shiki, because he knows that Shiki is fuzzy jumping. So that's one method of stopping it as well. So yeah, that's another way to stop it. Let's see. I want to say dash cancels can do it. Yeah, so if you try to fuzzy OS a dash cancel, like Naoto's 5C dash cancel 5AA, you'll get counter hit. Dash cancel is -2, but you're still at a height where Naoto can tag you with 5A. So she can get you fuzzy jumping there, because like I said, a lot of characters, like, unless you commit immediately to the jump, unless you have to like just hold up to avoid this. I want to say you can backdash cancel. Yeah, you can backdash cancel that, but like, pretty sure the 5A might catch you trying to backdash. Yeah. So if you try to backdash or fuzzy jump there in anticipation of there's going to be a dash throw, and you don't have a 5A that's fast enough to stuff Naoto's dash cancel into throw, she can tag you for trying to fuzzy jump that. Of course, these situations I'm talking are kind of isolated. I'm just specifically talking about like what to do versus fuzzy jump. In an actual match, your opponent should be varying their defensive options. So in that situation, you might have to watch out for DP, for example, or a super, or someone trying to roll. So you have to play accordingly, and you must adapt to what your opponent's doing for defense. But like I said, these are just examples of an isolated situation. Okay. So that's another way to stop. That's another situation where you can stop fuzzy jump. Delaying your strings in general. So like, that won't work. You think the opponent's gonna fuzzy jump. Stuff like that. Just simple delayed strings. Like I said, unfortunately Naoto, her pressure doesn't work as cleanly. Like as you saw, that didn't combo correctly because it wasn't tight enough. As I said, Naoto's one of the weaker characters when it comes down to stopping fuzzy jump. So unfortunately, like if it was like a character like Narukami who would do 5B, 5C in such a way, like that would naturally combo and you would confirm it very easily. But Naoto does not have that kind of convenient like range and like hit stun on her normals to do those kinds of things. But so she has to commit to more specific strings that are like more specifically designed to catch those options. Let's see, what other strings can Naoto use? I want to say like there's more, but they're like kind of more subtle. Like you can use like 2B air unblockable property to it, but it's like if you don't get the timing perfect, you won't really get it. Like there, like that's another way to stop fuzzy jump. You do, it's basically the same principle as doing that, but you use 2B instead. You do a 2B 5C string. Depends on what you want to do. This should work to catch fuzzy. Oh no, it probably wouldn't. No, yeah, you get air thrown for that. That's too close. If you were spaced out a bit farther, like let's say it was like something like that, maybe. Yeah, like even then, like depending on when your opponent times the fuzzy jump, you can get grabbed for that. Short hop JC is not that good for that, but that short hop JC has its purpose for other aspects of the offense and pressure. So those are like the general ways to beat fuzzy jump with Naoto. It's rough. She has a hard time doing it, but you have to do it, unfortunately. Like can't really go around it. So let's see. Oh, I think this catches fuzzy jump as well. Let's try it. Nah. Nope. Does not catch it. Probably in the corner, but that doesn't work. So yeah, it's kind of rough times. Why is it called fuzzy jump? It's a literal translation of what the Japanese call it. I don't know the specific term. I want to say they still just say fuzzy jump. It's called a fuzzy because it's kind of like it takes the fuzzy aspect, because in fighting games usually fuzzy is like a reference to like changing your guard in a manner that like covers multiple defensive options, like high-low blocking. I'm pretty sure it originated from like Tekken or something. I'm pretty sure it was a way to like duck under stuff and then block low at the same time, to avoid situations like that. So it kind of transferred over to 2D fighting games. The Japanese use it for like specifically blocking kind of situations. So for the example that I'm showing, you're fuzzy defending because you're essentially transitioning, because like I said, for you to go from you blocking low like I am now to jumping, you transition to a standing state, and if you input it correctly, you'll still block things standing. So like, let me just record again. So yeah, like that, right? So that was too much of a delay. So I fuzzy jumped there. You saw me switch to a standing. Like, you didn't see me switch to standing there. I did it way too early. I was locked into so much block stun that you didn't get to see there. You saw me switch there. So me inputting the fuzzy jump, I technically like fuzzy block, but I'm also throwing in a jump plus an air throw there. to either jump out of the pressure and whiff an air throw to throw people who try to like bait my throw by going airborne, or if I'm a little slow and I'm still on the ground when they try to throw me, I break the throw. So it's fuzzy because you're option selecting both like a crouching guard, a standing guard into a jump while teching a throw, and then you quickly come back down to a crouching guard so you stay safe. You come back down to minimize the window where the opponent can catch you with a low or something. Just catch you in general and like not blocking or whatever. So it's just, that's what the Japanese called it because of other fighting game references and terminology that they use. And it just so happened that this option select got stuck with this term. So it's not an American invention, it's Japanese, and when we say fuzzy jump, it's just literally us copy pasting what the Japanese say. So anyway, that's pretty much it. Anything else you try doing with Naoto that's like to stop fuzzy jump, it's a bit more of a hard call out. You don't mash throw on the way up, because if you mash throw, then it just defeats the purpose. You want to hit throw at the same time as when you hit up. So you hit up back and throw at the same time. You don't mash it. You just do it like once. It may look like I'm mashing it, that's because like I'm plinking it accidentally. I only want one input like that. Just once. So you start from down back, you hit up back, you hit throw at the same time, and you come back down to 1. That's how you input it. You don't want to mash anything about this. So to stop fuzzy jump, you can also do stuff like that, but that's not as good. It's more of a hard call out because Zapper is not very good on block. If they decide to just, if they don't fall for it, you just block. And if you just block it, like, you're punishable there. So, like I said, Naoto is definitely one of the few characters that don't have it as easy as other characters to stop fuzzy jump. I think that also will stop fuzzy jump. Yeah, that's another way. Yep. It's better with Shadow Naoto, because if I tried doing that with regular Naoto, like, that hits low. So I won't, unless I catch you still stuck on the ground, this won't do it. But, yeah. So basically, everything that I just said applies to regular Naoto's auto combo, except a bit better because I'll catch people low. Because her 5A is a low hitting attack. It's just trying to convert off this, if they do get airborne, is almost impossible because that 5A hits way too low to the ground. So you do really need to be careful about that. Let's see. So continuing on, now we'll talk about a different aspect of her pressure. We'll talk about baiting DP, baiting fuzzy DP specifically. Another super common, popular OS. A lot of people use this OS a lot. And just like how I said, the way you bait fuzzy jump is pretty much the same way you'd bait someone trying to up back your pressure. Like, you kind of do the same things to stop that. Pretty much kind of do the same thing to stop fuzzy DP or DP throw OS. It's pretty much the same way you just stop someone from DPing, the same way you bait it. So the DP throw OS is simply inputted as you hit DP, then you hit throw. You can also just plink it, like plink DP into the C button, which is what I'm doing there. So it's coming out like that. It's whatever you're more comfortable doing, but if you do DP then throw real quick, that also works. It just, since I'm on a pad, and even on stick, I'd imagine it's just easier to just plink it. So what happens here, I'll just set recordings. Let's see. Okay, so this will be the same kind of situation. 5A then throw. Second recording will be just block string. And then this recording will just be the throw bait. Okay, so set it to random and then play it. Oops, I inputted it. Alright, I got baited there just because of the nature of my DP. What would be a better throw bait there? I'll just switch to Narukami just for this example, just because it's easiest to show with his options. So I'll use S.Naoto for this, and then Narukami to record. Because Narukami was the original character that used to show the effect of these OSs. So he's the one I'm more comfortable practicing the OS with. So with Narukami, I will record 5A, throw, that, and then that. So the first recording was to set up the throw situation. Second recording was just to show a block string. And the third recording was to set up a throw bait situation by going airborne. So I'm on random again. So alright, let's try that again. Oops, I didn't input it properly. There. I didn't input it properly again. I inputted it properly there. I took the throw. I blocked. I DP'd. DP'd again. Blocked. DP'd to the throw bait. DP the throw bait. DP the throw bait. Wow, come on, random. Come on, random. There we go. Mixed it up. I'm doing it a little early, but if I do it later, so I'll just show with recording 1. If I do it low enough, I tech it. I actually tech the throw. If I do it a little soon, I just DP the throw. So that's the power of DP throw OS. So the DP will come out if like nothing is done. So let's say like Narukami just decides on hard baiting the DP. So he does that, and then he just blocks. So, oops. That's what will happen if someone's baiting DP throw OS. Except I keep messing with the plink. There we go. I keep messing it up. There we go. That's what will happen, basically. If you input it correctly and you're not bad like me, you will get baited for DPing. So the same way you bait DPs is the same way you beat DP throw. So for you to just stop this, like it's not even like Naoto, it's just like whatever. You just stop. You just do stuff. You just either do like tight block strings, or you just like bait. You just wait. You stagger stuff. You let them hang themselves, or like that's it. Like you just stop it there. There's really no specific, aside from like doing safe jumps and just like DP safe, like just spacing yourself away from a DP or whatnot. You have to just call out a DP throw S the same way you call out a DP. You just kind of have to hard bait it or do safe things versus the DP. So yeah, that's basically it. Like Naoto, like neat strings you can do against that, or like that, you block, 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 stuff like that. You just have to kind of wait. It's more like characters who have counter DPs like Naoto, DP throw us is a bit scarier for them to do, because as you saw, if you just do a counter in the opponent's face and you don't catch anything, they can just watch you just stand there, and then they can hit you with whatever they want. Characters who do have good DP throw OSs are like Narukami, Mitsudu, Yosuke. Minazuki's pretty good. Characters usually with strike DPs, or like Yosuke's DP is just retardedly good, so he gets a lot of good mileage off that. But like basically, if you're gonna DP, you might as well just DP throw OS anyway, just to be a little safer. Not really mandatory, because a lot of times if you're gonna DP, you'll probably beat the throw anyway. And just for those awkward occasions where maybe like the throw came a lot quicker than you were ready to DP for, but you OS'd, so because throws have like a 15 frame window, like if you inputted that OS within that window that you might have gotten thrown, like you would have teched. If you would have just tried mash DP, you would not have gotten it if you were just trying to hit it within that window. So that's why you DP throw OS, because there's a throw tech window that if you inputted that OS within that, in case if you got thrown by accident, then you will still tech it regardless. So yeah, like that's basically it. I'd cover more option selects and like how to stop that kind of stuff, but thing is, like I said, Naoto is not very good at it, and those are the main two option selects that people are going to be using against you. There's smaller, lesser used option selects, but those, just always remember, like, okay, so let's take the example of roll throw. So this is the roll throw OS. Basically, it just, you input roll, then you hit throw. So if you're blocking like a string or something and they leave a wide gap, you'll roll through it. If you're blocking and they throw you like suddenly, like you still use the you still take advantage of the throw tech window that I was saying. Like if you input it throw within like the 15 frames that you got thrown, like you'll still tech it. Like that's like the point I want to make is that whatever the core option is, so like up backing is the core option of fuzzy jump. If you do things to catch a person jumping, it will essentially beat that option select. So at the end of the day, all these OSs are just a defensive option plus a throw tech OS. So it just makes throw teching weaker, but it still does not remove the aspect of fighting games where you have to read what the opponent wants to do, whether it's up backing, whether it's rolling, whether it's DPing, like it's all that. And a lot of the ways you beat like that lose to like the very basic fundamental things of fighting games. Like blocking beats like almost every single OS bait you can do. Like people like running in your face and trying to like do 5A, like that loses to just blocking. Like you blocked it, they didn't hit you. Like congratulations, you did nothing. If they decide to, you know, like do what I said, like they just do that, guess what? They'll lose to mashing. You decide to mash 2A, you beat them. So there's this whole like RPS kind of game with that. So there's that. As far as Naoto, like Naoto just has like really neat ways to pressure people and like do cool mix-up stuff. So I'll show that now. I'm done with the OS aspect of this character. So everything else will go back to just Naoto. Oh, okay. So now I'll show like creative ways to like, you know, stop mashing, space yourself away from DPs, etc., etc. So there's that. Like you can continue pressure, like short hops, cross people up like that. Like you use stance cancels. Like you do cute stuff like that. Like if you're regular Naoto, you got cool crap like that. You got air turn shenanigans. Like you can pretty much short hop cancel every grounded normal Naoto has. You can't do it to charge 2C, do it sweep. You can't do it to AOA. Can't do it to 2C either. Like you can only AOA. Which this is actually not a bad string either. People, you can delay the AOA, because a lot of people are going to be really ready to mash that, because they're like, oh crap. Like, if they know anything about Naoto, they'll know, oh, she's done there. Like, that's it. So I'm going to break her persona, I'm going to hit her. So then you AOA them, and use the armor to catch their mash. From farther, like, you can do strings like that, you know. Backdashing is really good for Naoto, inner pressure, like, that kind of stuff, like, you bait their mash out, like, if they, like, think you're gonna, like, throw them, and they want to, like, 5A you in anticipation, you do stuff like that. Like I said, you throw bait them, cross them up. Cool trick I like is fast fall low, fast fall throw, using that. You can like jump cancel, then like fake a cross up, jump like cross back over them with SB trap. So yeah, like I said, you have the dash cancel. You can do that, cross them up. You can use JC to cross over. Let's see, what else could you do? Got cool tricks like that. I don't know, there's a lot you can do movement wise. Just jump cancel, JC in their face, dash cancel. Using the gun stance as a cancel is pretty good. Like, this is a good way, using a gun stance cancel like this is a good way to bait people who just try to mash super out of your pressure. Really nice, because a lot of people just want to like really kill you for stuff. Like, if an Arakami tries to cross slash you, you should be fine. Let's see what else. I think I already showed this trick. Let me set not for crouching. Oops, not what I wanted. Like that. That's a cool, neat little trick. Oh, this is a good trick too. Taking Naoto's A-Fangs and then doing something like that works wonders. You can do that to hit him high. You can just go low. You can do a late air dash low if you think they're gonna respect. Cool stuff like that. Against certain characters. Let's see, what else could you do? Let me see. Okay. In the corner, you can do cooler stuff. You can use like SB Zapper to continue your pressure. If they respect, if I can get it out, you can like do like air dash stuff. So this is like plus 37. Even mid screen, like you can chase after it. In the corner, you can like do really extended strings. You do cool crap like that. You can use 2C, charge 2C to reset your pressure. You know, do that. So like here, the neat little game that you can establish using charge 2C. So people can roll this like on reaction, right? So to mess with people, you can do like a delayed C trap set. So I'll just like do a recording. So that's one recording, right? No, I leave that. So I'll do that. And I'll do something like that. Okay. So I'm just gonna, like, I'm blocking, I roll. Like, they just roll right in front of me, I can hit them. Oh, I was slow on that. Like, they're right in front of me, I can hit them for that. I just rolled into the trap, but it didn't go off for some reason. Like, I read the roll right there. I got counter hit there. What's max damage off of 2A opener with 50 meter or less? I will show that a little later. I'm not quite at the combo part yet, but I will talk about that kind of stuff. So just give me some time. If you would like, I will be uploading this to YouTube. So you can find this tutorial after I'm finished. And you'll have all the archive of like everything you want to know about combos and stuff. So yeah, you can wait till then, or you can keep on watching, and I'll get there. So yeah, you have a lot of cool options. So generally, if you want to extend pressure, you do charge 2C, or you'll do Venom Zapper, or you'll do like a really late short hop JC, or you'll like air dash back in, or you do something like that, or you dash cancel. Those are generally all. Channel name is same as Twitch. Yes, it should be. Like, you'll know. You will know. If you just look up P4U2 S.Naoto / Naoto tutorial, you will find these videos up on YouTube. Let's see. So yeah, those were all the ways that you can like go back in with Naoto. If you want to like back off, like 5C, like any jump cancel into air dash back is generally how you get away. That's a good way of getting away. Like that's a good way of getting away. Like using your snipe stances to like cancel the recovery of whatever move you did, and then just getting out. Great way. If people are trying to like read your escape, you can like super jump air dash back and then JD them for trying to run at you or fly at you. Like a double little bunny hop air dash back is great. Super jumping back with a trap is a good way as well. Like you can just reset pressure a whole bunch of ways. So just mixing up your options, like even special canceling into traps. Like if people are too antsy, like that'll catch them, or they're trying to react to something else to chase you or whatnot. Like those kinds of things can really cover your escape. So yeah, that's pretty much as far as like pressure goes. Like everything else is just like cute little tricks and just stuff that you can do, like involving SB trap, OMCing, like stuff like A-Fangs. Her offense isn't that crazy. You're mainly just going to be focusing on being safe and kind of calling out people for trying to go too nuts on you and trying to like really hunt you down and kill you. Yeah, so there's all that. Yeah, Xmitsu, thank you for linking it. There you have it. Let's see. Okay, so I think now we can jump to combos, actually. Let's see, how much time do I still have? Okay. I should be able to cover all combos and stuff within the hour. Okay, so no more blocking for you. Now we get into combos. So I'm gonna just run down like really basic confirms and stuff that you should know. Basic combo theory for Naoto, like if you're mid-screen, just anything into 2C into A gunshots is good. I'm talking strictly just meterless. Like that is good. If you want meter, you just generally do like auto combo into B shots ender like that. It's perfect for gaining a lot of meter. If you don't have bullets, you'll have to do 6D instead there. Let's see. Or if you don't want to go, instead of going like the 2C route, like doing this, you can opt to go for sweep into A-Fangs, or even like something. Well, that was a reset. Whoops. So yeah, sweep into A-Fangs into B-Shots. It's another good combo to do mid-screen for like no meter. If you happen to hit someone in the air, safe combo to do is just like DC, like JB, JC, double jump JB, JC, B-Fangs. Very safe combo, like no shame in doing that. So yeah, mid-screen, if you don't have any resources, or you're not going to kill them, and it's like early on and you just want to get meter or like positioning, you just stick to those kinds of combos I showed. You don't really need anything that much more crazy. A little bit more advanced, but if you can like react to the fact that they're crouching, on crouching opponents you can do stuff like 5C into B-Fangs and you get a lot more damage. So like, it's a little too far. It's also spacing specific, so that'll work. You get like 2k meterless, and you get like a really good knockdown. But that's only versus crouching opponents, and you need to be close enough to have the B-Fangs directly link like that. That's a product of the fact that they nerfed the hitstone on 5C before. Like, you can do it on standing opponents, but not anymore. Let's see. Oh, so also like let's say you hit someone while you're on the ground, but they're in the air. So like 5C, B-Fangs, C shots like that, that's great. 5C into the air combo I said earlier, perfectly fine. See, like I said about regular Naoto, like she has a hard time. She can't really do 5AA into it unless they're really low. Like, if they're low enough, you get that, but Shadow Naoto has an easier time. Like, she can just kind of, like, no problem. You just do that combo route, real easy. So, yeah, that's pretty much as far as meterless mid-screen combos go. You're not really going to go too nuts. I'll show corner combos now. Meterless corner combos, its basic formula is just anything into 2C, then you do B-Fangs. So anything into that, right? You also need to be pretty close to the corner to get this to work. Oops. So something like that. You do like another rep of B-Fangs, you shoot him. Generally, that will always work. If you did not start, so long as you don't start with the 2A, like, this works. You get 2 reps of B-Fangs there. If you do start with the 2A, you can go into A-Fangs like this after the B-Fangs, or you just shoot them directly with C-shots. Again, these are all meterless, and that's just safe corner combos. If you're too far from the corner, let's say you're like here, B-Fangs doesn't connect. So what you have to do is you either like C-shots them like that, or oops, you can also do sweep there. That's actually not wrong. You do something like A-Fangs, and then you do the B-shots. So a little farther away. That works. And it's also like 2,000 damage. So it just, you have to judge how close to the wall you are in the corner for meterless combos. That's basically it. In the corner, you still get the same air combo. So like, you kind of just have to settle with that. On air hit, like, you can do a little bit more. You get all that on an air hit, because this move actually is kind of bad in combos, but it's necessary for most combo parts. So whenever you don't have to use this in corner combos, you can generally get like a lot. You can get you can use you can use 3 Fangs in one combo like that, and that was like an easy 3k. You almost always want to end in gunshots, unless you have meter. If you have meter, which we're going to talk about soon, then you will not use your gunshots all the time. You'll do some other stuff. As far as counter hit combos go, like, You can do mid-screen if you don't have any meter and you want to build a lot of meter to get a punish. You can do like 5C into AOA, then you do like an air combo, which I totally messed up. Do something simple like that. Just hold up after you mash the AOA, hit C, and then do like JB, JC, B fangs, and that's meterless 3K. And you build a lot of meter in the process. You can also double jump JC again to get a little extra more damage, but not that serious. You can also do it off 5B counter hit. You do like stuff like that, 2.7K. You can also do you can also dash cancel and get a full combo like that. Also really good. You can dash cancel. Oops, a little slow there. This is a little tight. You can do the dash cancel into the auto combo, which is 2.5K, and it's a lot of meter that you get. Like, let's take a look at how much meter I build when I do that. So if we were to subtract 10 from that, because this game has like a first hit bonus, like it naturally just gives me 10 meter, whoever gets the first hit. So that combo I did gave me 40 meter, so in actuality it was a combo that gave me 30 meter. Still really good. That's really good meter gain. There's cool stuff like that with her. Meterlessly, of course. Everything else a little bit more impractical. In the corner, you can definitely do... let's see. Corner for like, if you do the 5C counter hit. Oops, I didn't mash enough. You have to make sure you mash enough and make sure you get the follow-up correctly. So that did almost 4K. Oops. There's a poison combo route, if I remember it correctly. It's a little tricky, but for the sake of this guide, you don't have to do anything too difficult. Something as basic as this is really good damage. That's almost 4K. Along with this video tutorial, I will be posting documents with most of these combos I'm showing and more stuff in it. So I'm not going to show everything here, but I'm going to show like, you know, reliable, good stuff to do in matches. So for the most part, that's a good AOA combo to do. Like I said, all of these are going to be written down in a document. So if you want to know the notations, they're going to be in there. So yeah. If not, you can just like, you know, pause the video and like go normal by normal and you'll see what I'm doing. Okay. Like only the more advanced stuff I will break down like very, very thoroughly. Okay, so back to like more counter hit stuff. It's mirrorless counter hit. Like let's say you anti-air someone 2B, right? So easy mode combo would be 2B delayed 5C. B fangs, C shots. Very safe. Another one would just be like 2B counter hit. You just do your air combo, or you can do 2B jump. What I did there was I did a jump and then I waited until I started falling. I did a falling JA into a falling JC into land 5C B fang C shots. Another one that's a bit more advanced would be 2B counter hit into charge 2C. So you do that, and you do a whole like little air dash combo. That one's advanced. That one's almost 3K. Those are the more advanced anti-air combos. There's no shame in just doing this. It's very reliable, and there's no shame in doing this. In fact, I do this a lot. It's a good combo. Cool stuff like that. All this works in the corner as well. Like you don't have to worry about where you are on the screen. That works. In the corner you can extend it just a little bit more. You can do something like, you can do like 2B fangs. You get like 3K for that. So cool stuff like that. Let's see. If you counter hit someone with Zapper out of the air, you can do that. It's a little tricky to do. You want to kind of dash forward first. This one's like very finicky. But you should be able to link gunshots after that. It might be character specific. There you go. Got it. It's very finicky. It's very spacing specific. That one's a bit more inconsistent, but that is the combo to do. Off throw, mid screen. You just do like you can whiff an A fangs and then just mash C, and that will give you a combo. In the corner, you do really easy, just 5B, 5C, 2B, C shots. Very simple, very easy. The harder one that works on everyone is not that. It's like this. This one's harder because you have to tiger knee her A fangs, which I'm messing up right now. Like that, and then ooh, I'm so bad. That. So what I did there was, so I canceled the throw into a D trap, right? Then I'm doing 5B, then I'm doing a tiger knee A fangs. Then when I land from it, I link a 2B, I do 2B, 5C, I do B fangs, and I mash C shots. Emphasis on the mashing C shots, because if you don't mash it fast enough, the combo will drop, and you will be very sad. So that's tight, so make sure you mash very hard there. So also meterlessly, so off a counter hit trap, like you basically do pretty much the same combo you would off a charge 2C, like basically the same route that you would off like 2B air counter hit. Just do like an air dash combo. Does a lot of damage. That should be like almost 4K. So major damage really. Yeah, you get the picture. Same thing for this trap on counter hit. If you do not counter hit with these traps, they recover in the air. So you need to react in time and do an air combo like that. Can't really do anything better than that without meter. Okay, now I'm going to show you a big boy combo. This is when you land fatal counter 2C. The easiest baby combos would just be like, you know, do your usual mid-screen combo. That did almost 3K. Still less. You just do stuff like that, right? The extremely damaging stuff are zapper loops. So this is a bit more difficult. Basically, how zapper loops work are that you're going to fatal counter somebody with this. You're going to dash and you're going to do C zapper. Short dash into C zapper. And once you do that, you do all this. Like, I dropped it there intentionally, but like the full thing will look like this. Oh, that sucks. I'm back. I'm being so bad today. Basically, this combo is entirely meterless. You carry really far into the corner. Look how much damage that did. Now, you might not think that's much. It's only 50%, but you need to remember this is S.Naoto, and she has a lot more health. And that damage counter doesn't take into account poison. So, if we were to actually see how much damage that did, we'll see by taking the remaining health and doing a little math. So she had 4.3k left. She has 10.5k. So that did roughly 5,000 to 6,000 damage. So let's just try the math. So that was what, 4.3k that she had left over. 10.5k. Oops. That was too much. Too many zeros. Minus 4,300. That's 6,200 damage to S.Naoto meterlessly. And that started mid-screen. The 6D shot combo ender is bad. It's a bad combo ender because they tech immediately, you don't get a knockdown, and you don't really get that much more damage. So generally you don't want to use it. Use any of your gunshots that aren't C shot, like the D shot follow-up. Just stick to that. But yeah, so meterlessly, if you take them into the corner, Naoto does 6.2k. If you can do the zapper loops. The zapper loop is written in the document that I will be posting along with this video, so don't worry, you will get that. And I'll make sure every combo I put in bold should be the combo you practice and you do in a match. And this will be one of them. Okay. So, this is all meterless stuff, mind you. Remember, I did not spend a drop of meter there. The only time I did the meter was to show you how much remaining health Naoto had after that comp. So she only had 4,000 health left. I did 6,000 damage to her, essentially. 6,200. Okay, so now we're going to start going into meter combos. Meter combos. Oh, and I guess I'll show you... let's see. Meter combos will start with 25% meter. So, basic combo be something like that for 25 meter. Let me get rid of that. So like something like that. So what I'm doing here is it's like 5AA, 5B sweep, right? Simple starter. Then I do SB Venom Zapper. So that brings them up like that. And once that's happening, I do, just for a little extra damage, you don't need to do this. But you can hit them with a 5B real quick. So I do 5B into gun stance cancel, right? And then I shoot. And I shoot them. It does pretty good damage. It does like, actually be like 2.6k more or less for 25 meter off of 5B. I mean off of 5A. Off of 5B, it's probably like just a little bit more. That's like, it's almost 3,000. It should be like 2,800. Off of 5C, it should be like, that's over 3,000. That's like 3,200 right there. So basically, so long as you hit with a better starter, you'll get way more damage. Basically, so that went from being like 2.7 all the way to like 3.2k. So it's like a 500 damage variance window there. So yeah, you can also do this on just like standing opponents. You don't have to go into sweep, so long as you're close enough. Like that works. But you should probably get less damage there. Yeah, you're only gonna get like 2,900. But you can, instead of doing your auto combo, you can do that. That works. Like you still get the meter gain. Maybe I'll show. You still get the meter gain. You actually, like, if you get the first attack, you actually build enough meter to just do this combo for free. So, just a cool little tidbit. The other way you can spend meter, let's say you don't confirm like into sweep, into zapper. Let's say you do something like this. You can add a bit more damage by doing that. So what I did was I did SB D gunshot. So I did 6 CD there after I do the gunshot. You can just mash the 6 CD after you hit them with the final one. I don't really recommend adding that unless it'll kill. Like, it doesn't really do much for you, so don't really do it. Another thing you can do, even from pretty far away, like, you can do this. For 25 meter, this is off a 5A, mind you. You get 2,200 damage, but off better starters, you know, a lot more. You You get 2,500. Now, it's less damage than if I would poison them, but if you notice, I can do it from really far away. Like that, a little closer, should combo. No, a little bit closer. There, that combo's pretty far. Unlike Zapper, like from there, it won't combo, but from really far away that works. So that using SB Fangs like that is good to like if you're far away. And the most important thing is if you're even remotely close to the corner, you can pick up this way. Oh, I did too many fangs there. I didn't dash. But yeah, if you're like remotely close to the corner, you actually have enough time to just dash up 5C and finish your combo. I did 3.6k and I took them from the starting point of the match at the very beginning of the match. And I took them all the way to the corner and I almost did 4,000 damage to them. It even works off 5A starter. You have to be conscious of your height though. Too low and it won't work. And just don't be bad like me and drop these really basic combos. Ooh, I'm really bad. So yeah, all that. 3,000 damage off of 5A. If you want to do this off of 2A, you can't really get the... You have to be closer because you can't get the air dash extension, but if you're close enough, you can still dash, do 5C, get the B fangs, and shoot. You get 2.3k. Off 2A, you generally don't want to spend meter on those kind of combos unless they kill. But pretty much anything else, feel free to spend meter on it because like only 2A and JA are the only starters that are just like garbage. So you don't like your damage to meter output. That ratio is not in your favor if you do it off of 2A. Like I would not do it. But anything else, it's fine. So yeah, that's 25% meter combos. Again, all these combos work for S.Naoto as well. It's just you don't want to spend meter outside of 100 meter unless it will kill. But with regular Naoto, you have a lot more freedom with your meter usage. So that's 25% meter. I will show what you do if you're in the corner. If you're in the corner, you can do something cool involving SB Zapper. So you can SB Zapper, you can do B Fangs, and it'll combo like that. And you do a 5C, then you do another B Fangs, and then you get 3.8k. Because more or less, Zapper gives you 500 extra damage. It's just not written out in the combo meter, so just always assume plus 500 for like every Zapper I do. So if you want to, you can also do that for a little less damage, but it's better to do 2 Fangs and do an A Fang than shoot. That does like 3.9k. That almost, in fact, that probably does 4k, but like give or take values. So that's pretty optimal. You can also do this off of 5A, like no problem. Do that. You shoot them. 3.5k. Off of 2A, again, you don't really get much. That's like as much as you're gonna get, really. So that was like 2.6k off of 2A. Again, I'd only use these combos if it will kill. So that's pretty much just like corner combos. You can use SB. You can definitely use SB Fangs, but not as good. You get more mileage off. You get a lot more mileage off just using SB Zapper instead of SB Fangs. So yeah, you get like 3k much less than you would if you use SB Zapper. So corner, SB Zapper, B Fangs is the way to go. So mid screen, you can, on an air hit, you can just spend meter like that. You can spend in a little extra 25 meter. If it takes into the corner, you can jump again and do a full air combo again, and that does like 2k. Let's see. Off 2B counter hit. Oops, I did not. So 2B air counter hit, right? So if we're doing this combo, like you can do this. Right, I'm bad. So like 2.k, 2 whatever k. If you're close enough to the corner, you can dash up. Maybe a bit closer. It still might be a little too far. Yeah. A little bit closer. Wow. Not close enough. Let's try this again. So let's take from there. Give or take, even though I'm really close. I messed up the height, so I'm just like improvising, and I did that. But you can easily do something like this. Crap. Anyway, you can do this. You get 3.6k for that, and a lot of corner carry. You saw how far that corner carried. You still get this. 3.5k, like fantastic. If any of you guys played vanilla Naoto, you guys will remember her old B&B looking exactly like that, but doing a little less damage. Like, there you go. SB Fang is basically old B Fangs. Let's see. Continuing on, but there isn't really much else to talk about when it comes down to 25% meter combos. Basically it. If you're in the corner, you want to use SB Zapper. If you're mid-screen, you want to use SB Fangs. Mainly because there's a chance that if you're close enough to the corner, you can link a dash 5C and do a full combo, a fully extended combo, and get almost 4k for it. So that's like TLDR version. 25% meter, spend it on SB Zapper in the corner. Mid-screen, spend it on SB Fangs. And in the air, you generally, like on an air hit like this, you generally don't want to spend it unless you're going to be near the corner. If you're too far out, you don't get the double jump combo. So that's it for 25% meter combos. Now we're going to talk about 50% meter combos. So 50% meter combos mid-screen. You have a lot of options. So you can either keep it really simple and do like the B&B and do that for 2.4k, not bad. They're silenced, which is the biggest thing, like they can't use their persona. If you're an Awakening, like how Naoto is right now, you can, instead of doing the silent super, you can use her raid super, and you get like 3.2? 3.3, yeah. A lot of damage. That super is very good. Again, you can only use that super if you're an Awakening, but its damage output is very good, so works out pretty nicely. Off better starters, so like starters that aren't 2A or 5A, I'd recommend actually doing a different combo. I wouldn't resort to doing super, I would do this. So let's take 5B, right? I would one more cancel my B shots like that. And yeah, 3.8k. Really good if you're near the corner. One more cancel. You one more cancel the last hit of the B shots. You do a dash 5C, and if they're too high, you can correct the combo and just do an air combo. If you get the height correct, easiest way I used to like correct the height was doing 2A like that, but it doesn't really work that well anymore. So you kind of have to just hope you hit your 5C late after the one more cancel like that, and then you end it on knockdown. 3.8k, no problem. Like really sweet, really easy. Does a lot of damage. It's just you need to be pretty on point with your height. Like all of Naoto's air dash combos are just really height dependent. I don't think you can get all of this. Yeah, no you can't. You can only get in one B Fang there, but it's fine. So that's the route you want to take. Let's see. Yeah. Air combo wise, let me see, what else do I have written in my notes? Okay, so if you are... Okay, yeah, we'll jump straight to what happens on air hit. So again, same situation, right? So for 50 meter, you can do this for your air combo. You know, something really simple. Simple air combo, silence, super. You can also, you know, off this, stuff like this. Should almost do 5k. Yep. Like that's just for 50 meter. Same deal with that. Like if you're too far from the corner, you just convert it that way. That should be like 4.1, 4.2. Like you can replace that super with silent super, of course. If you're not awakening, that should do like 3k. You do this one. This one you actually have the option of doing this instead. So you get poison instead here. So in reality, this is like 4.1k. So really strong. Actually, I want to see something. I want to see if it's worth it to substitute that with... Yeah, no, this does less. Yep. Poison is the way to go. So yeah. Also, suppose, like, going back to, like, this, suppose you don't want to just spend the meter like that, you can actually, you can one more cancel this and come down with a JC if you're high enough. Oops, I did it too early. So, like that. Oh, I messed up. 3.2k for 50 meter. It does more than just doing this, but it's a little harder. Yeah, it does way less. It does like 1,000 damage less. But it's harder. So yeah. Continuing on. Let's see, what else have I written down? Yep, I think that's I think it's roughly everything for 50 meter that you want to actively use. Oh, I guess I'll show 50 meter if you get a 2C fatal. Oh, I forgot to show what you do if you have 25 meter here. So if you have 25 meter in this situation, instead of doing a dash C zapper, you'll just do charge to C, and then you'll SB zapper, and you'll just dash forward. That's the only difference. You just change the first C one into SB. And then everything else is like the same. You just gotta make sure you just hit it really low. If you do it too high, then you'll be sad. Like, height is the key to like all of Naoto's combos. I did that way too high. This one should be low enough. This will do like a little bit more damage than the other one I did. Let's see. Yeah, it's like 300 more damage. No, 200 more damage actually. Not too much, but it is easier because you don't microdash that quick enough, the combo just drops. And using SP Zapper, you can even like do stuff like sweep and then dash up and do a full combo. So that's what you do with 25 meter. For 50 meter, you'll just end this in a super. So you'll do this version of it. Oops, I'm bad. So yeah, you'll do that. And this should do almost 7k, I think. Yeah, that was like... Whew, that was quite a bit. Quite a bit of damage. Let's see. 10.5k minus 3.2k. Yeah, so it did 7,300. Give or take. How much time is this going on? Okay. Soon, the Grime Inducer is soon. It will be probably the last thing I show. So that's it for 50 meter combos. 75 meter combos are really cool. Actually, what am I saying? They're not that cool. Okay. So 75 meter combos are really simple. Like in the corner, you just do something like that. Nothing too big. Or better yet, you'll do that. I'm bad. Like that's one thing you can do. That does a lot of damage. That's like almost 5k, if not more. It's basically it in the corner. You don't really have to go that nuts. This one is my preferred one. Use the SP Gun Super. And then dash up and do that. That's definitely more than 5k. Yeah. Mid-screen, 75 meters, just like anything into SP Gun Super. Basically it. You can also do stuff like... Crap. That's also for 75 meter, a lot of corner carry. Do a neat little side switch combo. I delayed it too much. I'm dashing way too far forward. I don't know, I think people get the gist of it. Yeah, like 4.3k, like cool stuff like that. Again, S.Naoto can do everything I've just done. It's just regular, since regular's damage output is higher, it's just better for her. Let's see. We're still on 75. Not really much more to really talk about there. Oh, I guess, let's counter hit starter. You can do, like... Oh, it doesn't work anymore. That sucks. Yeah, that's not a thing anymore. Throw, it's just... You know, SP Gun Super. Real easy. 75 meter, just any of the other combos I've shown earlier into that. And 100 meter combos is any of the 25% meter combos, just then you do S.Naoto. Like, that's a general formula. Any other like higher damage combos and one more burst stuff, you kind of don't need. One more burst doesn't add too much for Naoto, and if anything, if you want like higher end combos that are a bit more difficult and take a lot of practice and whatnot, you should check out my YouTube channel. There's a lot of other videos on it that will show the harder stuff, the more EMP combos that you will maybe want to learn to like really, you know, kill people. Yeah, it basically all these combos are just slight variations to the usual like combo routes, and yeah, that's basically just the gist of her combo theory. Like, either you OMC like gunshots or like aerial B fangs, and you do like the same kind of corner combo loops, or you change the amount of meter you spend on your super. Either you do like a 50 meter super or a 75 meter super, just stuff like that. Regular Naoto's basic combo theory is really easy to show, like you can see it. And like I said, I will be posting a document that shows, like, that has these combos written down and whatnot. Probably work on organizing a bit more effectively, but they're pretty much all written down there, and you guys can just look at it directly like that. That's it for regular Naoto, really. Now I'm going to show Shadow Naoto, because this is actually the character. This is my main character. Regular Naoto I play more so for fun. Regular Naoto is just like, she's not the main. This is the main. This is the true scum. This is what people like to see. So basically, all the combos I showed before, they all apply to this version of Naoto. She can do them all. Like, I'll just show it. Like, she can do this, you know. Whoops. Wow, this is really annoying on kanji. I'm gonna pick Narukami because I don't feel like dealing with weird hitboxes right now. Yeah, let me just pick Narukami because he's easier to deal with. But yeah, I only showed up to 100 meter combos just because that way this tutorial can apply to both Shadow Naoto and regular Naoto. I didn't show anything with one more burst and anything with 150 or 125 meter, really, because it doesn't apply to Shadow Naoto. So, like I said, everything that I showed works with both characters. Wow, I am so good. I am 10 out of 10. Okay, this will work. Yeah, awesome. Okay, so that combo only did 3.4k, and you're probably asking yourself what happened. Like, why did that do so little damage? That combo with regular Naoto does like 5,000 damage. Well, here's the thing. Shadow Naoto has reduced damage. She only does 80% damage of what Naoto does. So that is what that combo I did with Naoto before would look like if it only did 80% damage. But the trade-off that Shadow Naoto gets is she gets accelerated meter gain. Like, her meter gain is vastly superior to regular Naoto's. And what she gets in return, so she has 2,000 more health than regular Naoto does, but she doesn't have a burst. But when she hits 100 meter, like, don't let the fact that this says 150 fool you. She only has a maximum cap of 100. So don't let this fool you. This character is lethal. And it's really retarded. So I'm going to show everyone the B&B. I'm going to show everyone why this character makes people really upset. So remember the really simple basic combo that I showed everyone, you know, this? So we're going to work off of that principle. But instead, we're going to use this. So by hitting your burst button, you get this mode. You see my meters ticking down slowly, 1 meter at a time. And it lasts until it hits 0. You're going to use that in pretty much everything. So, real simple baby S.Naoto combo. Basically this works just like a one more burst, where if you hit burst at the same time an attack occurs, you'll get this activation. It's essentially a one more burst using shadow mode. So I'm one more bursting or shadow bursting the last bullet, and now I have access to this crazy state where I can just blow all my meter. So in this state, every move that I do that takes up meter takes up a reduced amount of meter. So supers only take like 15 to 20 meter, SB moves only take like 5 meter, like crazy stuff like that. One more cancels do like only take up 20 meter. So in this state, I can just spam supers, and that's what I'm going to do. And if you remember what I showed about previous supers, you'll kind of know where I'm going with here now. So watch. So that's one SB gun super. So I've already spent 150 meter. I'm going to spend another 75 meter. Oops. You died. Now, obviously, you could have blocked that Hamon that I did, but in a match, what will actually happen, for the sake of this demonstration, I'll just show what it'll look off of a throw. I'm doing it too early. So this will be the throw combo that I use. Now watch the fate, right? Remember, I set the dummy to block. So I'm gonna, I want to say this is to make it so that they can't switch their guard. I don't know if this is status guard or not. Anyway, whatever. If they block it, they... So they have to block this mix-up that I showed earlier. If you remember that I showed like the empty jump 2A and like this kind of stuff in the previous tutorial, that's where this comes in. So basically, what happens here is that in one combo, I can put them in a situation where they'll die on the next hit. And even if they do, like let's say they block that mix-up or whatever, they have to spend the remaining round fighting a character who gets accelerated meter gain and has as much health as Kanji does. And odds are they won't survive, because you will probably build the 50 meter either by getting hit, by blocking, or you hitting them, and then you'll kill them. This is why S.Naoto is so scary. She can just kill you. If you don't have a burst, odds are you're gonna die. That's what makes this character retarded. What I just showed. Just B&B. Just random B&B. Like, proration doesn't even matter. I can do this off of 2A. Like, you really don't care. It's literally any hit. Any hit, you can do this. And you can set up this situation. And you don't even have to do that situation. You could do something like that. I went in for empty jump. Threw them. On the throw, since they can't tech, because remember, they're in fear. And they're silenced, so they can't burst. If some characters can't DP, can't super, they can't tech throws, they can't really jump because you can hit them out of the jump. You, as what Xmitsu said in the stream chat, EX gun renders your opponent ineffective. You actually are just so nerfed and you're at the brink of death. So That's what makes this character phenomenal. She can literally just steal whole matches away from you. So I'm just gonna show how, like, that's like you resort to that if you can't kill through damage. But not only does S.Naoto have that gimmick going on for her, she also has amazing damage potential as a shadow character. I'll demonstrate. Suppose I'm in the corner, right? You know, simple combo, and then shadow burst. I saw. I'm really good at this. Why am I messing this up? There we go. Third tries charm. Okay, let's pretend like I got a super at the end of that. Yes, phenomenal is another word for cheap. So she can just look how much damage. Remember what I said. S.Naoto does 80% damage in comparison to regular Naoto. Look how much I just did at one combo. So that's a 6.2k, right? Let me reduce their fate to 0 just to get an accurate value. So wherever health they have left over minus their total health, so that 1600 health left. Not Narukami has 9.5k minus 1600. I did 7,900 damage off of random 5B. Yeah. She can get a ton of damage off a 5A starter as well. This is 5A starter. Oh, that sucks. Alright, this should be fine. Oh, I'm terrible. Anyway, the point is, I can still get like almost 8,000 damage even off of 5A. The starter kind of doesn't matter too much. But real quickly, I'll show off her important combos. And again, I have a whole document filled with all the combos that you will want to know for like Shadow Naoto. But I'll only show the important ones. Like, first combo I showed is pretty important. I'll show one combo for pretty much like every like normal common starter. So for like mid-screen combos, you're gonna want to do this is I'll show like what you do if you're full screen. So you do the super, and then you one more cancel before the last before the shotgun hits, and you hope that doesn't happen. Oh, I hate when that happens. So the way to not get that from happening to you is you need to make sure you don't dash up too far up. Like, that's too far. This should be fine. Yeah. Barely? Ah, no. So you want to kind of delay so that doesn't happen, but that works. If you don't even want to deal with that, you could just do another SB gun super. So that's just like, you can pretty much do that combo off of almost anything, even a 5A starter. 2A, I would not do that off of it, because 2A is kind of really sucky. That's too far again. Yeah, my execution is really bad today. Too far? Yeah, too far. If I would have popped them up a little longer. Yeah. If I would have popped them up a little longer, that combo would have hit. So let's see. Another S.Naoto combo to show. Like mid-screen, if you're feeling nice, you can do this really wacky combo. Cool. I dropped it. Do something really wild like this. Does quite a large number of damage. It's probably like 6k, 6 point something. It pretty much carries corner to corner. Really cool combo. Yeah, like, let's see, what's another notable starter? I'll show what 2B combo looks like. So you get the counter hit, right? You do this, you do that. You do aerial B fangs, aerial A fangs, land A fangs. Don't do that. I jump the gun. There we go. Do that. Then you do another super. And bam. That's your anti-air combo. Let's see. That also just works if you just do, like, you know, that raw. Pretty much can almost always do the same exact combo. Like, let's pretend like I finished it. Because I'm kind of running short on time here. So I'm just gonna brush this up. I'll show throw. Throw's important. So mid-screen, if you want damage and you want like ease, you can just like jump back, just shoot him, and then you just do super 3 times. Really easy. That's a very baby combo. In the corner, you kind of just do short hop, you do zapper, that. I didn't get my special. Now, I'm really bad execution-wise, so for people who have better execution than I do, like, this character would be great for you. And yeah, corner throw, get that. Like, if you aren't bad like me, you can actually use raid instead of doing that super. Instead of doing another one of these, I actually have enough time to dash up and do this. 2, 3, kick. Oh, see, that's fine, bad. I took too long to do it. Anyway, that certainly does work, and it does a lot of damage. What's another common starter? Like, you do these combos off traps. Oops. It doesn't even have to be counter hit, but it's just for the sake of just showing it. Like, this is what the counter hit combo would also look like. You just do stuff like that. Except they won't pop out like that. That happens if you don't delay the supers properly. and if you just don't get the height right. Like I said, a lot of Naoto's combos are just really height. A lot of height, a lot of particular delays. So yeah, like I said, you can dash up and do raid super, but if you don't want to drop it, you just do that for safety. It does a little less damage, but still really good. Yeah, this document is my shadow combo document. Will also be posted up with this video on YouTube. This were just like visual demonstrations on my channel. I pretty much recorded all the optimal shadow combos, and they have their own specific playlist, so you can look at those. This was just like brief overview just to show stuff. So yeah, mainly Shadow Naoto is just like, if you like big crazy custom combos and stuff, she's your girl. If you like making people really sad, she is definitely your girl. Regular Naoto, you like have to play more of a traditional kind of thoughtful game. You don't have this comeback factor, but you do have better defensive options with Naoto, like regular Naoto, because you have more. You're not so reliant on building 100 meter to kill the opponent. You kind of freely use your meter, and you have higher damage output in general. Like on average, you will do more damage, so you'll kill your opponent more quickly. But Shadow Naoto is more prone to one-shotting the opponent. So it depends on what you value more as a player. But I will tell you that most Japanese Naoto players all switch to Shadow Naoto for this version. Next version, regular, might be more viable. Only time will tell, but in this version, I will say Shadow is probably the way to go. So, take that for how you will. Both characters are totally viable, but I believe Shadow Naoto is the stronger character in this version. So, yeah, enjoy. That should be it for this tutorial, really. Like I said, I'll be posting up all the guides and stuff, like text references, so you guys can just look at what I've been saying and referencing throughout this video. And, yeah, any questions, you can ask me on YouTube. You can message me directly on Twitch. You can follow me on Twitter at Naoto. Like, you can see it, like, it's on my, overlay for my stream and my YouTube channel. It's directly on it as well. So yeah, thank you for watching, and I will probably try to do another character tutorial. Probably thinking of doing Minazuki, even though I'm pretty sure June already has one down. Maybe Show. I could probably do a Show tutorial. We'll see. So yeah, thank you for watching, and enjoy, folks.